Plus, if you're feeling like hours of video meetings are leaving you drained and burnt out, you're not alone. We find out how to break free from Zoom drain and create a more balanced and energizing work life. Get ready to jump into the weekend on today's Your California Life. Well, in the age of remote work and virtual collaboration, the rise of online meetings has revolutionized the way we do business. But what if this virtual world is secretly maybe draining our energy and leading to generational burnout? Today's guest will uncover the startling truth about video conference fatigue, or put more simply, Zoom drain. It's a thing. Today, we sit down with Elizabeth Pearson, the author of Career Confinement. She's going to help us break free from the grip of constant video calls. Welcome, Elizabeth. This is such a timely topic.
It really is, Tracy. Thank you for having me on again.
It is. Elizabeth, we've seen a significant increase in virtual conferencing, obviously, in recent times. Could you maybe elaborate on the impact the surge has had on employees' productivity?
Yeah, it's just really increased overall burnout because we're really blurring the lines between work and home when you're sitting in front of your computer all day long in back-to-back meetings. Just think about it. It just doesn't give you the opportunity to get up and maybe have some social interaction with some of your counterparts. You're really just kind of stuck, quite literally. And I think somebody said a few years ago, sitting is the new smoking. So it really is terrible for your health just to be sitting all day. And the mental load, there's just all sorts of factors that go into it, but we are seeing it really increase burnout.
Oh, that's really interesting. I had not heard that. And so Zoom drain, I had not heard this until today. Could you maybe delve deeper into the factors that contribute to the drain and the toll it takes on employees' mental health and, as you mentioned there, the work-life balance that maybe we're not meeting?
Yeah, totally. It's mental health. It's also physical health. First off, just this overall increased screen time. I'm wearing some blue light glasses today. I wear them almost exclusively when I'm doing back-to-back calls because there's an actual drain, not only on your eyes, but you are having to really kind of monitor some of these nonverbal cues. So you'll probably see it like when you're talking to somebody, you're really focused on them. You're really trying to intently watch them because we are getting some of those subtle clues that we would get if we were in person, right? We wouldn't really have to focus so hardly on somebody's face to understand what they're feeling or thinking. We could really just kind of relax in the environment and be able to listen to them. So when you are really just like constantly mentally hyper focused on your surroundings, it can lead to this drain. It also really, a lot of people think that they can multitask. I don't know if you've ever been on a Zoom and you see somebody's eyes wander or maybe their hands go down to their keyboards and you're like, okay, they're not even listening. They're doing an email or they're doing something else. Because when we're in front of our computer, it's really kind of natural to feel like, oh, well, I can just bang out this email or do this thing really quick while this person is speaking and nobody will be the wiser. But when you're trying to multitask throughout a call, that's also contributing to this drain. And then at the end of the day, when you do finally get up and kind of re-enter the world, the physical live world, you can feel really mentally exhausted. And then you have less motivation to maybe go for that run or do the things that you would have normally done if you hadn't been kind of like sitting in front of your screen all day long.
100%, Elizabeth. You are preaching to the choir with all of this. And, as many workers find themselves trapped in a cycle of back-to-back virtual meetings, how can we break free from the Zoom jail? What are some practical strategies that employees can implement to reduce the virtual meeting fatigue?
I don't know what was so bad with just traditional conference calls. Like I say, bring back the conference calls because I don't know about you too, Tracy, but as a woman, to have to be camera ready at all times and have to sit there and feel like somebody's looking at you, they could be focusing on you through the call, whatever it is, but on a traditional conference call, maybe you could go for a walk. You could take your dog out. Maybe you could listen while you're making a sandwich for lunch and you're not, in front of the computer. I see so many people like hoarding little nuts like we're squirrels, right? And we'll try to eat them in between calls. But you could do other things while you're on the conference call. And it doesn't mean that you're not focused, but you should be able to get up and walk around. So this is the piece of like, I don't know if you have an Apple Watch, but it'll tell you like stand, like every hour or something. And people aren't even doing that because they're stuck in this video box. So I say bring back the conference calls. I also say if you're on a call that you're not contributing to, I think it's okay to say, you know what, guys, I'm going to hop off because I don't think that I'm able to add value to this call. And then, I'll just take a look at like the email recap or something. I think we have to really start getting strong about our boundaries to say, this call isn't productive for me. I'm not able to contribute, so therefore I'm going to excuse myself.
That is a great tip. I'm actually going to use that, Elizabeth. Thank you for that today. And thank you for joining us. As always, wonderful tips. And you can find out more by going to elizabethpearson.com.